Friends, welcome back to a new video of Sunanda's tutorial. So in this video I will discuss about the chapter transport in plants. So it is very important for your NEET examination as well as SSB, TGT, PGT and lectureship aspirants, and it is present in your plus 2 first year syllabus as well as plus 3 and M.Sc Botany syllabus. So let's start. Transportation or transport in plants. So long distance transport and short distance transport, these two types of transport system are present in plants. Long distance transport is accompanied by vascular tissues which are xylem and phloem. Xylem helps in the conduction of water and phloem helps in the conduction of solute or photosynthetic products, which are referred to as translocation through mass flow. In phloem, the food particles prepared through photosynthesis travel by mass flow. Translocation can be unidirectional as in case of water. Water movement is unidirectional from soil to top of the plant. But in case of phloem, it is multidirectional. Mineral and organic solute can travel to any direction inside the plant body. Then short distance transport is accompanied by simple diffusion. So first of all, what is diffusion? It is a passive movement. Passive movement means this type of movement does not require any type of energy expenditure, that moves along a concentration gradient. That means from higher concentration to low concentration through a permeable membrane. There is no energy expense. It can found in both liquid and gases. But diffusion does not require a membrane always. The rate of diffusion is regulated or controlled by the concentration gradient, because it always moves from the higher concentration to its lower concentration. Then membrane permeability also control the diffusion rate, then temperature as well as pressure. Then facilitate diffusion. In facilitated diffusion, lipid soluble particles pass through cell membrane easily, whereas flow of hydrophobic solute is facilitated. Membranes with aquaporins. What is aquaporins? These are water channel. Enhance the diffusion. Aquaporins are membrane proteins which are present on the cell membrane or plasma membrane that allow water soluble compounds to be transported without the need of energy. So it helps in the movement of water soluble compounds. And what are porins? Porins are the proteins that produce large pores in the outer membrane of plastid, mitochondria and other organisms. So facilitated diffusion occurs through a specific proteins or channel proteins. Then types of facilitated diffusion. There are three types of facilitated diffusion. One is uniport, second symport, third antiport. Uniport means when one molecule, suppose it is a molecule, it will transfer or transport across the membrane without the help of any other molecule or energy. It will cross the membrane independent of another molecule or any protein. It will move along the membrane through a channel by itself without any other molecule. Then what is symport? In case of symport, suppose there are two molecules A and B. Both molecules travel across the membrane in a same direction. A and B will move together. Then in case of antiport, suppose A and B are two molecules, they move in opposite direction. When A molecule move inside, then B will move out. So it is the difference between antipode, sympode and unipode. Then what is active and passive transport? Active transport means it pumps molecules against a concentration gradient using energy. Membrane proteins are responsible for this. Pumps are mobile carrier proteins that are used in active transport. So basically active transport means here the molecule will be transported across the membrane by expenditure of some energy. This type of transport require energy. Then what is passive transport? It is a type of membrane transport that does not require energy because it will move across the gradient or along the gradient from higher concentration to lower concentration. Then what is water potential? Water potential refers to the tendency or potentiality of water to flow from one place to another, which is determined by different internal factors like metric potential, solute potential, pressure potential, etc. Then it is the fundamental concept to understand the water movement. Water movement occur in which direction? Water potential is denoted by Greek letter psi W and its unit is Pascal. The term water potential was first used by Slater and Taylor in 1960. So water molecules have kinetic energy, they possess kinetic energy. It is a measure of energy available for movement of water. Pure water has greater water potential. By convention, water potential of pure water at standard temperature and pressure is taken as 0. The water potential of pure water is 0. The water potential of a solution, that means some solute, when some solutes are present in a solvent or water, the water potential is always negative because in a solution solute are present which will decrease the concentration of water molecule and hence its kinetic energy. So water potential will also decrease. So water potential is maximum in pure water, in which only water molecules are present and they have highest kinetic energy, that is 0. But when you add some solute to it, a solution is prepared and the water potential will be decreased of that solution. So the water potential of any solution is negative because it is less than 0, less than the water potential of pure water. So here in this picture, the movement of water from a dilute solution to concentrated solution, because water molecule or any solvent will move from its higher concentration to its lower concentration. Suppose it is a dilute solution. Dilute solution means here water molecules are more than the solute particles, and here it is a concentrated solution, means here solute molecules are more than the water molecules. So here water molecule is more, here water molecule is less. So water molecule will travel from this side to this side because the concentration is higher in this side and lower in this side. So it will move from its higher concentration to its lower concentration. Here the water potential is more and in this side the water potential is less. So finally the movement of water occur from this side to this side. Here low concentration of solute because more water molecules are present. Here high concentration of solute because here water molecules are present in less amount. Then What are the components of water potential? For solutions such as content of cell, water potential is determined by three internal factors, or generally four, but it is considered as three factors because generally the gravity potential is neglected. The value of gravity potential is neglected and ignored. So one is solute potential, one is matrix potential, one is pressure potential, and one is gravity potential. But generally the matrix potential and gravity potential value are ignored and negligible. So only solute and pressure potential will be taken. Then what is solute potential? It is the amount by which water potential is reduced as a result of presence of solute in pure water. So in pure water, the water potential is maximum, that is 0. When you add any solute to it, the amount of water potential is ultimately reduced. So it is the solute potential or osmotic potential, the amount by which water potential is decreased or reduced as a result of the presence of or addition of any solute. When solutes are added to the pure water, the free energy of water molecules get reduced. When it is a pure water, the kinetic energy of water molecules are more in pure water. But when you add any solute to it, the solute particles obstruct the movement of water molecules. So the kinetic energy or the free energy of water molecule ultimately reduced in a solution. So the amount by which water potential is reduced as a result of the presence of solute, any solute in pure water, it is known as the osmotic potential or the solute potential. The solute potential of pure water is 0 because there are no solute present in a pure water. So the solute potential of a pure water is 0. So solute potential is always less than 0 or negative, because in pure water is 0, it is 0. When you add any solute to a pure water, the water potential is will be decreased. So it is always in a negative value because anything less than 0 is negative. It is represented as psi s. At atmospheric pressure, water potential is equal to solute potential because both are 0. Then what is matrix potential? Matrix potential or psi m is the amount of water bound to the matrix of a plant via hydrogen bond, and it is always negative to 0. In a dry system, it can be low as -2 megapascal in a dry seed or high as 0 in a water saturated system. So it is the amount of water bound or attached to the matrix of the plant or the wall of the plant. Then what is pressure potential? It is denoted as psi p. Psi p, the component of water potential due to hydrostatic pressure that is exerted on the water in a cell. In a turgid plant cell, it has always positive value. Pressure potential in a turgid cell means when a plant cell have maximum water in it, or it will create a pressure on the wall. Value as the entry of water cause the protoplast to push against the cell wall. So it will become turgid. The xylem cell is always negative pressure potential because as a result of transpiration, because through transpiration many water will move to the atmosphere or release to the atmosphere in the form of water vapors. So the pressure potential in xylem cells is always negative because by transpiration maximum water released to the atmosphere in the form of water vapor. So ultimately it will create a tension and it will pull the water from the soil, which is known as the transpiration pull. So in xylem cells there is a negative pressure potential. Negative pressure potential will be created in the xylem cell. So as a result, transpiration will occur and xylem cell will absorb more and more water from the soil through root hairs. Water at atmospheric pressure has pressure potential that is 0. Water at atmospheric pressure has a pressure potential that is 0. Then what is gravitational potential? It is always negative to 0 in a plant with no height. The force of gravity pulls water downwards to the soil, reducing the difference in water potential between leaf at the top of the plant and the root. The taller the plant, the taller is the water column, and the more influential the psi g or gravitational potential becomes. On a cellular scale or in short plant, this effect is negligible and easily ignored. Generally, these values are ignored. So, the following formula is used to calculate water potential. So, the real formula of for getting the water potential is solute potential plus pressure potential plus gravity potential plus matrix potential. However, it is usually shortened into the following formula: only psi w or only psi, which is the water potential, equal to solute potential plus pressure potential. And generally the gravity potential and matrix potential value are ignored because they are very negligible. Then what is osmosis? It is defined as a process of water molecule movement or moving across a semi-permeable membrane. The movement of water is influenced by the concentration gradient and pressure gradient. So it is a special type of diffusion where the movement of solvent or solvent molecules move from its higher concentration to its lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. So the movement is always occur of a solvent. A solvent is always move. There is no movement of the solute, and solvent move from its higher concentration to its lower concentration, and through the process of osmosis it always moves from its higher concentration to its lower concentration through a semi-permeable membrane. The pressure needed to keep water from diffusing is known as osmotic potential. Then the higher the concentration of solute, higher the pressure needed to prevent it from diffusing. Osmotic pressure and osmotic potential are numerically equal, but sign is reversed. Positive pressure of osmotic pressure is greater than the negative pressure of osmotic potential. Osmotic pressure is the hydrostatic pressure that equalizes and inhibits the osmotic influx of water into a concentrated solution. Then osmotic potential of a solution is the ability of dissolved solute to cause flow of water into it across semi-permeable membrane. So what is osmotic pressure? It is a hydrostatic pressure that equalizes or balance and inhibit the osmotic influx. It prevents or inhibit the osmotic influx of water into concentrated solution. So when there is a dilute solution and concentrated solution, water will always move from a diluted solution to concentrated solution, because in diluted solution the water concentration or concentration of water molecule is high than the concentrated solution. So it will always move from a diluted solution to concentrated solution. So this osmotic pressure will inhibit the influx of water into concentrated solution. And what is osmotic potential? It is the ability of dissolved solute which are dissolved in a solvent to cause flow of water into it across a semi-permeable membrane. So these are two reverse thing and opposite thing. So they both have equal values, but sign is reversed. Then what is hypertonic, hypotonic and isotonic solution? So isotonic solutions have a surrounding solution that balances cytoplasm's osmotic pressure. So when two solutions have equal concentration, so there is no net movement of any solvent will occur. So they are isotonic solution because the concentration of solute in both of the solution is equal. So there is no movement of solvent will occur. But in hypotonic solution, they are more dilute than the cytoplasm. In hypotonic, suppose it is a cell, it is placed in a solution. So hypotonic means here more water molecules are present and less solute than that of the cell. Inside the cell, the rate of the concentration of the solute is more, and in the solution where it is placed, the concentration of solute is less. So ultimately the water molecule will move inside. So swelling will occur. When water molecule enter inside a cell, it will become turgid, more turgid, and it will swell. Swelling will occur. So swelling of the cell will occur when you place a cell in a hypotonic solution or less concentrated solution, or more simply in a diluted solution. Then what is hypertonic solution? Just the reverse case, where the solute concentration is more outside the cell than the cell. So in case of hypertonic solution, when you place a cell in a hypertonic solution, the movement of solvent will occur from inside to outside the solution. So in this case, the protoplasm of a cell will shrink and they detach from the cell wall, and that phenomenon, or that is known as plasmolysis. When water comes out from a cell, the protoplasm or living part of the cell will shrink away from the cell wall, and that process is known as plasmolysis. So it is the condition where it is placed in a hypertonic solution, water will move out, then it is the cell wall and the protoplasm will shrink away and detach from the cell wall, and that process is known as plasmolysis, and it is a cell which is plasmolyzed cell. And when it is isotonic, when it is in a isotonic solution, there is no net movement of any solvent. Then when it is placed in a hypotonic solution, the water will move in and ultimately the cell will become turgid. Then what is plasmolysis? Plasmolysis will occur when a hypotonic solution separates cell cytoplasm from its cell wall. When you place a hypertonic solution, placed a cell in a hypertonic solution, the water will move out from the cell and the protoplasm finally detach from the cell wall, and that condition is known as the plasmolysis. When you again place that cell in a hypotonic solution, then water will move in and again the cell will take its original shape. So it is the reverse process of plasmolysis and known as deplasmolysis. It is a plasmolyzed plant cell where the protoplasm detach from the cell wall. It is the cell wall and the protoplasm in its shrink away from the cell wall and finally detach from the cell wall. Then what is imbibition? Water is absorbed by solid colloid, causing them to expand in volume, which is referred to as imbibition. Seeds, dry wood, for example, can absorb water. So during rainy season, due to presence of many water vapors in the atmosphere, the doors, wooden doors and windows swell in rainy season, because many water vapors are present in the environment and they swell by absorbing that water vapors from the environment. So because water moves from greater concentration to lower concentration, imbibition is also a type of diffusion. Imbibition requires a water potential gradient between absorbent and the liquid ingested. So during rainy season, the water vapor is concentration in atmosphere is more, and it will be absorbed by the solid wooden door and windows. So it is all about your basic concepts of water transport in plants. In my next class I will discuss about how water get transported through xylem and phloem, what are the mechanisms, what are the theories which was proposed by different plant physiologists regarding the transportation through plants. So in my next video I will discuss all these things, so please stay tuned and please like my videos, share with your other friends and subscribe to my channel Sunanda's Tutorial to get more videos like this. So thank you.